What's going on, everybody? LK here. Today, some Guilty Gear for you guys. A big patch just dropped last week, 1.10. All the characters got changed. The lovely Millia got changed as well. So I'm giving you guys a combo guide for version 1.10, the current version. The way I want to start this, especially, is like this is not your typical fighting game combo guide. So personally, I don't really like how almost everybody in the FGC makes like combo guides and combo lists. I really dislike long combo lists where like it doesn't really give you any context of when to do the combo and why. So for my Millia purist, you might see me purposely leaving some stuff out or not mentioning some things. This is meant to be a general combo guide for both people who are brand new to the character or maybe even brand new to the game, and people who are maybe like intermediate level but maybe not understand some things about either her or the system. So with that out of the way, let's just hop right into it. Okay, so we gotta start with the basic of basics. Millia's most basic combo in this version is going to actually be buttons into 2D. So it's either be 2K 2D, close slash 2D, 5K KK 2D, as many as you want. Not as many as you want, but 5K 2D or multiple 5Ks into 2D. And also even off jump-ins like jump heavy to K 2D. And on the rare opportunity that you get this, you can combo into dash close slash into 2D. So why start here? If you want to just hop in and play some games with Millia, this gives you immediate access to her win condition. When you get to do this, you go straight into H disc. Now there's a couple of little differences between each way you confirm. So the standard one that you probably see people doing clips is close slash 2D. This is not that actually realistic in a match unless you see someone with something huge. Like you won't really see people who can do straight up close slash 2D. You will see a ton of 2K 2D. The 5K 2D, unlike 2K 2D where you have to do straight up 2K 2D, she can't like mash on 2K. 5K, she can do multiple of them. So what you'll usually see is someone do a couple and then combo into it. Now, if you want to practice this, I suggest you go into training settings, you go to opponent status, you go into block settings here, set it to random, and the 5K, since it has a delay cancel window that's pretty variable, it's basically like as much as you want. It's actually pretty easy to hit confirm this. If you don't know what hit confirming is, it's confirming the hit. There's no better way of saying it. It's seeing that your opponent actually got hit and then doing your combo, and if not, you keep on doing your pressure. So this is really important for 5K. So for 5K, you can use this little training exercise like that. And the only time you want to do 2D is when they get hit. As you can see, not that hard. Now last here is JH2K 2D. You'll get this quite a bit. There's a couple of considerations for this. So this one is mainly of note because your follow-up mix-up is going to change a little bit. It's unlikely you'll get a cross-up off this. The next combo we have to talk about is a new combo part. It's using the change to Mirazh, her role. It's the core circle back K or 214K. So now, one of her basic mid-screen combos before was this in the previous patch, basically since the game came out. But now, you can actually combo into Mirazh and cancel it into Haircar, which enables new combo parts and also some new mix-ups because her positioning is a little bit different. So what kind of combos, you might ask? So here's an example. So as you can see, those two combos, you can't really get this off the old way. You have to use the rule to do it. There are some considerations with this that like I'm not totally comfortable yet on explaining. Like I haven't actually super gone through and checked on like each character how the interactions work. I think it's actually by weight. But the general thing that I can tell you is that against middleweight characters, if you get this starter, I recommend doing a dash close slash here. It might be a little bit difficult, but it can be done, trust me. If you don't feel confident in it, you could go into dash 2K. So it would look like this. 2K6H is a pretty important part in combos when you're just not sure what to do, so you want to just cut the combo short. So against heavyweight characters, because of this, definitely try to push your damage as much as you can, because you don't need to dash against them, which is definitely makes the combo easier, and you can push it a little bit more. For the moment against lightweights, I think the easiest thing to do is dash 2k. You can get dash close slash too, but again, like, I am trying to work out the differences between the characters. I'm not totally sure if it's lightweights straight up or if it's like a character thing. But again, when in doubt, dash 2k out. So next I want to talk about comboing into her super. This is Septum Voices. It's a super that replaces Emerald Rain in the old games. If you played XX or Exerd, essentially Emerald Rain is pretty hard to combo off of. It's kind of character specific. I'm pretty sure it's Exerd 2.1. They made it much easier to combo into than basically any other version of Guilty Gear up until then. Now she has this one that, as you can see, is extremely consistent compared to her previous supers. So this super has a ton of benefits. So the immediate one is she has the ability to combo off it without having to use additional resource, which is extremely strong. Most characters to combo out their supers, they need an additional 50 meter. Millia does not need that. Also, if you choose to not combo out of it, because it's a super, they won't have access to burst, so they won't be able to burst you while you're setting up your H disc. Take a look at my opponent's burst icon while I run up and do the disc, and notice how there is just nothing until the disc connects. And then finally, for all my you could be plus unblock, I don't give a fuck people, it is very plus unblock, so if you press something and she frame traps you after, you are going to take a lot of damage, especially in this patch because they buffed her damage overall. Now the good news for y'all is that the basic Septum combo is pretty easy. That's just anything 2H Septum Voices, and you can set up disc. Also you could do it off 5H, you could do it off 5K into 2D, you could do it off 6H. As you can see, you can do this off a lot of things because the super is very fast. The bad news is that if you do this, especially the old way, this is what I call like a pixel link. This actually is pretty hard to combo off of. If you do it without using the Mirazh Cancel, you will have to time your dash 2S so that they fall on it, which is not that easy. You could definitely mess that up. On top of that too, as you can see here with Kai, not everyone has this 2 hits hit and then the last one hits. This is character specific. If you want to really stabilize this combo and also push your damage, you'll have to use Mirazh Cancel into Septum Voices. Doing it without any buffer is actually pretty tough, but when you do it in a combo, it's actually pretty easy. So it's going to also look different too, because I'll be sliding into him before I do the super. So let's see what it looks like. So with this, you actually have enough time to dash close slash, which gives you a ton of options. For example, if you want to break the wall, you could do this combo. That obviously relies you being around round start position. This is going to take some kind of freestyling judgment. You'll get used to it as you play more matches with her. Now, I pretty much recommend basically always doing Mirazh into Septum Voices if you can. Mostly because it just makes it so that you can get close slash after Septum Voices relatively consistently. So even in cases where you get a hit like this, you get close slash, or here, you get close slash. The only time you don't really get to do Mirazh into Septum Voices is off 2D. There's actually another case where you probably will not get close slash and you'll have to learn how to do the 2S, and it's here. So here you're still kind of far. Also, you saw that I dropped it, right? I'm leaving this one in because I want to show you, like, you can really actually miss that 2S, and it takes some practice. But I still think it's worth doing Mirazh super off 5H, just because you get closer in general, just in case you want to do Oki. For the last part of the mid-screen combos that you generally want to do, I'm going to talk about the rejump combo. People ask me about this constantly, so I'll give you my general guidelines of what to do. Now, I've been casually mentioning weight classes before this, but now I'm actually going to like go in depth and explain it. So, unlike previous Guilty Gear games, they basically simplified them into light, medium, and heavy. So the light is basically all the girls. So it's Jacko, Millia, May, Ino, Geo, and Ramethal. Medium weights are going to be characters like Anji, Faust, Chip, Soul, Axel, Kyle, Zato. And last but not least, heavyweights. Nagoriyuki, Leo, Garuda Impact, Gold Lewis. So for the most part, the combos I told you about, they're not super reliant on weight, even though I mentioned like, hey, maybe on this weight consider this, hey, maybe on this weight consider that. Also, did I forget Axel? That's my professional YouTuber here. Woo! But if we're going to be talking about the relaunch combo, you really do actually need to know the weights. So first is, why do you even want to do the rejump in the first place? And the main reason is that both of Millia's supers, Winger, look at her, look at Winger, pretty ass super, and Septum Voices are both ground supers. Once upon a time, and this is, I'm really talking about once upon a time because it's XX, I think it's only ACR probably, she had air Winger, so she could do a super in the air, but in this game she can't do it. So if you knock someone down, do some type of mix up, and you do this combo that you see a lot of new players do, you have to break the wall up here. So while you are breaking the wall, you get the damage boost at the end. You get positive bonus as well, so then you get a little, you do a little bit more damage, you build a little bit more meter. You're definitely leaving damage on the table. By going from the air to the ground, you can splat on the ground and then do a super there, or whatever you want, honestly. So let's do this combo next. The idea is to do JD, S, S, close slash, and now you're on the ground like that. If you're having problems doing it even against light characters, it's probably because you're not delaying the JS. Delaying the JS a little bit will help. For sure. Off lights, you can do this off pretty much anything. Like here, or you could actually hit them first with the low 2K. Basically any type of mix-up you can do, you'll be able to get it. Then here though, against mediums, while you can still get it from the standard mix-up, basically no problem. If you add anything else, it becomes much more unstable, slash you can't do it. So generally the only time you'll see me do it is if I hit a left-right mix-up on my opponent. Either this, or I wait on this side. If I decide to do any type of 2K, I'm not going to get it. And when I go for a follow-up mix-up, it can be done, but it's a little tricky. A little tricky. I would say don't really do it off the second mix-up. So the air dash land low, or the air dash until you get really comfortable with the combo, because you're not attacking them right away with close slash, so sometimes the confirm gets funky. So for the sake of stability, I generally don't go for it there. And then basically against heavyweights, even though it can be done, I don't do it. Now, if you have meter, you can do this on any character. So if you do Bad Moon, you can go straight into the combo. This is probably the absolute easiest way of landing this. Similarly, if you land a anti-air close slash, it's pretty reliable here. But just keep in mind that on light characters, you might drop it on the second JS because they're too high. Especially against May more than anyone else. May and Millia, because they have higher jumps than other characters. Let's see if I can get this wrong on purpose. Just like that. How do you fix this? There's a couple of things you can do. The main way I would do it is to do a JK instead. Alright, if you're still with me, cool. Thank you. Thank you. It's kind of a longer combo guide than I thought. Definitely leave me a what's up in the comments if you're in this far. But we're going to go into the corner combos, which is actually not that long of a discussion, but there are a couple of things we have to talk about. No one really knows how much HP the wall has, how much damage it takes, like those values. But what we do know is that different moves do different damage to the wall. So the original Millia corner combo looks something like this. 157, not good damage for this game. Decent-ish damage for Millia. And remember, close slash is a really good starter for her. But her current corner combo is this. Right, significantly more. And the big difference between the two combos is what we're using to launch after the 2H, which is S-Disc. Is it launch or is it juggle? I guess it's juggle, but anyway. So preferably, you want to confirm into 2H S-Disc whenever possible, because you'll always be able to extend your combo more. But if you have to start with hair car, it do be like that sometimes, and just do what you can do until you choose to break the wall, choose to end your combo early, whatever you're going to do. And last, let's talk about combo enders in the corner. So we're straight up talking about breaking the wall, right? Your main goals are either to break the wall with Winger, Septum Voices, or Charge Dust. Looking at the standard combo again. So you either want this, this. I'm gonna let it rock so you can see the damage. Should be like 240. Yeah, close. And this. Okay. So what are the difference between the three? One is going to be the Charge Dust. This is pretty much your highest damage ground ender to break the wall. In the cases that you can't get this, you use 2H. As a quick side note, if you're outside the corner and you use Mirazh Haircar as your combo ender, you'll basically always be at the range to get the Charge Dust. As opposed to before, where I'm going to omit it on purpose. Here, you're not going to be able to get it, so dash 2H is your main option here. Winger is your big boy, big girl, I'm doing it, cash out. This is the most damage you can do always as far as a combo ender. But there's a small problem with this, and if you watch my matches, you might notice that I don't always do Winger, even when I have the meter. And the main issue is how much meter you give your opponent when you do this. When I break the wall with Charge Dust, for example, so we got it to like the end in the tension bar. So let's say like it's like 19-ish meter here. Now if I use Winger, this is 35-ish or 40 meter-ish. So you gave the opponent quite a bit of meter. So I generally don't like ending combos with Winger if I feel like my opponent will have more than 50 meter when I break the wall. So let's go into gauge settings and set May to, I don't know, 20 meter to start. So this is right before the end, okay? So she got 30 meter from that combo. We started her from 20. So if you use Septum, while you'll do less damage, you'll still break the wall with a super, and they'll be just short of that 50. So this is a small consideration, but it's an important one. When you do this and you give them that meter, they're gonna have Dragon Punch into RC, they're gonna have YRC available, they're gonna have meter to do a mix up to you if you don't hit them right away, and this knockdown is like not great, so just keep that in mind when you're making your choice about breaking the wall. Okay, so this was kind of a long one. That's essentially the basics. There's more, of course, but this is a really good baseline for y'all to start while you play her and do these combos in matches. You'll notice little spots where you'll be like, can't I do this here? Or wow, I'm surprised I couldn't do this here. And your combo knowledge will increase from there. As usual, if you guys have any questions or comments, definitely feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Like and subscribe if you guys feel like it, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.